And now for our feature presentation.
Greetings, humans! Flimflam here. Gorky and I are going to review the 1976 film Logan's Run, directed by Michael Anderson and starring Michael York, Jenny Agutter, and Richard Jordan.
Yeah! The movie takes place in Earth's future in the year 2274, where all citizens live in a domed city to protect them from the outside world.
That's right, Gorky. Inside this domed city, the people enjoy a peaceful life of fun and pleasure, but they pay a price for living in this utopia.
What's that, Flimflam?
At 30, your life is over.
That's true everywhere.
No, literally. In the Bubble City, when you turn 30, the crystal implant in your hand starts blinking red, and you have to take your life in some Circle Theater, Pink Floyd phonograph of death.
That sounds fun.
Logan 5 and his best buddy, Francis 7, are part of the city's police force, known as Sandman. It's their job to hunt down anyone who refuses to die on their 30th birthday. And those people are called runners.
'Cause they run.
Exactula.
Why do they end their lives at 30?
Well, Gorky, this society believes that if you participate in their death ritual called carousel, then you'll be renewed as a newborn baby and live again. Some sort of reincarnation trip.
Ooh, just like Hinduism on planet Hindu Prime.
Yeah, I guess.
It is.
Okay, so Logan 5 and Francis 7 have to terminate a runner, and Logan finds an ankh the runner was carrying. The city's computer tells him the ankh is a symbol for a place called Sanctuary.
But only so the computer can send more Sandmen to destroy it.
That's right, Gorky. They believe Sanctuary is a safe zone somewhere outside the city domes.
Is there coloring books, hot chocolate, and puppies to love there?
I don't know about that, but I hear there's quite a few cats.
Oh, I love cats too.
Logan goes to his Tinder app to meet up with Jessica so they can make whoopee. Crystal, not that whoopee. You know, making whoopee.
The flowers and trees, the birds and bees are making whoopee.
Human reproduction.
Reproduction. Put your pollen tube to work. Reproduction.
What?
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Jessica denies Logan's advances, but they do meet up later because Jessica knows about Sanctuary and she trusts Logan, so she decides to help him find it.
Sanctuary.
They have to go through the cathedral to get to
Sanctuary! Ha!
Somehow they end up in a high school play of Lord of the Flies. This group of juvenile delinquents call themselves Cubs, but don't expect them to win any World Series. Logan scares them off with his flare gun, and coincidentally bumps into a runner who clearly is over 30, but now Logan empathizes with the runner, so he lets her go. But Francis was right behind them, so blammo!
Ah!
Logan goes to a plastic surgeon. No! He wants to change his face so he isn't recognized. And he believes there's someone at the surgery place to help him find
Sanctuary!
Gorky. Please stop doing that. Turns out, getting a facial wasn't a good idea. The doc gets a call to terminate the Sandman, and all Hades breaks loose.
The Fates are here and you didn't tell me?
Logan and Jessica barely make it out of there. Francis pops up, and Logan has to clock his bosom buddy. Pow! And then they run into a strip club.
What's a strip club?
It's a place where humans take off their clothes and shake their jiggly parts.
Jiggly parts? Gross.
They leave the club without tipping and get out the back door. After many flights of stairs, Logan and Jessica reach the bowels of the domed city, where they find an elevator that brings them to the top side, which for some reason looks like Hoth, but instead of a Wampa, they meet a rolling cheese grater with arms.
Welcome, humans. I am ready for you. Fish, plankton, sea greens, and protein from the sea. Fresh as harvest day. Overwhelming, am I not?
Hey, that's Mr. Box! He worked at our local grocery store as a butcher.
How is it that you know everybody?
I've been around, I guess.
I guess so. Box is an obsolete robot that used to be in charge of food storage for the city.
Fish, and plankton, and sea greens, and protein from the sea. It's all here.
When food from the sea ran out, Box just started flash freezing anyone that crossed his path.
That is the next logical step. Next on the menu, Soylent Green.
Gross.
Yeah.
Once again, Logan and Jessica avoid death and becoming a part of the frozen food aisle. They escape through the breach in the ice cave and behold a sight they can't explain.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Logan and Jessica wander for many days before they reach what they think may be
Sanctuary.
Turns out that it's Washington, D.C. after the 2020 riots. They plod through it on their search for you know where. As they make their way through the jungle city, they find one building with a very old man and his many
Cats!
You just can't control yourself, can you? The old man lives alone except for his many cats, and he's never heard about the domed city or that place that they're looking for. Logan and Jessica, of course, having never seen an old person, so they interrogate the old fart and ask him about his cracks on his face.
I like cracks.
The old geezer gives them a tour of old books, paintings, and his
Cats!
You idiot!
Thank you, Crystal. For once, I agree with you.
Sorry.
Out of nowhere, Francis appears and snatches Jessica and holds her hostage, asking Logan if this is what he's looking for, and tells him he must be terminated.
You are terminated, runner.
You are terminated.
The two have to fight, worthy of an original Star Trek. Then it turns into the Duel of the Fates.
Good. Let the hate flow through.
Francis succumbs to his injuries and dies in Logan's arms. Later that night, the old man shows them how to bury a body. Logan and Jessica talk it through and decide to go back to the Dome City to tell the people there is an outside and they can live instead of dying in Carousel. To prove it, they'll bring the old man back with them to the Dome City.
Ooh, are they gonna bring his cats too?
Sure, they can just call up Jackson Galaxy and have them train 20 cats to follow them hundreds of miles back to the city.
Great.
The trio makes it to the edge of the domes and have to dive into the city's plumbing system to get back in. The old man has to wait there because it's too dangerous.
Yeah, we don't want him to get any more shriveled up than he already is.
Yeah, Gorky. I'm sure that's why he had to stay behind. Logan and Jessica make it back and try to warn the people not to kill themselves because they can live past 30 and beyond. But no one believes them and they go on their blissful, ignorant ways. They're taken into custody and Logan is interrogated by the city's computer. But he resists the mind meld, breaks the computer, gleefully shoots up his Sandman friends. He escapes by blasting the building's air conditioning ducts, which somehow blows up the entire building?
What do you expect when it's made of tinfoil, cardboard, and balsa wood?
As the city explodes, people run for their lives and make it to the outside. There they see the grizzled old hobo and they begin to congregate around him.
To touch his cracks.
Just say no to crack. And this is where our story ends. Death, destruction, and mayhem! And this is why we never trust anyone over 30, kids.
Wow, that was an intense film. I had no idea.
Yep, and this is why it's one of my top 10 favorite films of all time, Gorky.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's all we got.
Transmission concluded.